The relationship between the mainstream media, global warming, and Christianity is complex and multifaceted. While it is essential to acknowledge the critical role the media plays in disseminating information about climate change, some argue that the narrative surrounding global warming is used to oppress Christians. This assertion may seem far-fetched, but it is rooted in a perceived disconnect between the Christian worldview and the dominant environmental discourse. On one hand, the mainstream media has been instrumental in raising awareness about the urgent need to address global warming. The scientific consensus is clear: human activities, particularly those related to fossil fuel consumption and deforestation, are significantly contributing to the increase in global temperatures. The media has played a vital role in amplifying the voices of climate scientists, activists, and concerned citizens, bringing attention to the devastating consequences of inaction. However, in the process of promoting the climate change narrative, some Christians feel that their values and beliefs are being marginalized or even attacked. One of the primary concerns is the perceived secularization of the environmental movement. The dominant discourse surrounding global warming often emphasizes the role of human activities in causing climate change while downplaying the potential for divine intervention or the concept of a higher power. This secularized approach can be alienating for Christians, who may view the natural world as a creation of God, worthy of stewardship and care. By neglecting to acknowledge the spiritual dimensions of environmentalism, the media may inadvertently create a sense of disconnection among Christian audiences. Moreover, some Christians feel that the media's focus on climate change is used to advance a liberal or progressive agenda, which may be at odds with their conservative values. The emphasis on individual responsibility, government regulation, and collective action can be seen as conflicting with the traditional Christian emphasis on personal freedom, limited government intervention, and individual charity. The media's tendency to conflate environmentalism with progressive politics can create a sense of discomfort among Christians who may feel that their beliefs are being co-opted or manipulated to serve a particular ideological agenda. Furthermore, the media's portrayal of Christians as being opposed to environmentalism can be damaging and unfair. While it is true that some Christian groups have been slow to acknowledge the realities of climate change, many others have been actively engaged in environmental activism and advocacy. The media's failure to represent this diversity of perspectives can perpetuate negative stereotypes and reinforce the notion that Christians are inherently anti-environmental. This can have the effect of further polarizing the debate, making it more challenging to find common ground and work towards solutions. In addition, the media's use of language and imagery can be alienating for Christians. The emphasis on saving the planet or preserving the earth can be seen as a form of idolatry, where the natural world is elevated to a position of reverence or worship. The use of apocalyptic language, such as climate crisis or environmental catastrophe, can also be off-putting for Christians, who may view these terms as sensationalistic or alarmist. The media's failure to engage with Christian perspectives and values can create a sense of disconnection, making it more difficult to build bridges and foster greater understanding. In conclusion, while the mainstream media has played a crucial role in raising awareness about global warming, the narrative surrounding climate change can be alienating for Christians. The perceived secularization of the environmental movement, the conflation of environmentalism with progressive politics, and the media's failure to represent diverse Christian perspectives can all contribute to a sense of oppression or marginalization. To build greater understanding and cooperation, it is essential for the media to engage with Christian values and perspectives, acknowledging the spiritual dimensions of environmentalism and promoting a more nuanced and inclusive discourse. By doing so, we can work towards a more comprehensive and effective response to the challenges posed by global warming, one that takes into account the diverse perspectives and beliefs of all individuals, including Christians.